And welcome back to another CBV Talk with your boy, Will Dickinson. And we're back. No episode on Wednesday. I remember I saying on the Monday episode that I didn't know if there was going to be one on Wednesday because there's really been no big games going on this week because of finals. And then I had a lot of work to do over these last couple of days. And I'm off for school until the new year. So this is going to be good. It's going to be easy to make episodes. I can do them in the morning, which is always better to do than the afternoon. So yeah, I mean, there was really only two notable results from this week, and it was Northwestern losing to Chicago State. Bad loss. Northwestern was my rankings. I had them at 17. They dropped all the way out. That's a really bad loss for the Wildcats there. They have a great win against Purdue, but I had to drop them after that game. And my team I added in was Colorado, and I moved them up because I remember watching them and be like, I remember looking at my list like, why do I have Miami ranked and not Colorado? So I moved Colorado to 21 above Miami. I still got Miami in there. Yeah. And then the other team that lost was Creighton. They lost to UNLV on a neutral. Creighton just hasn't looked amazing this year. They had losses to their second loss to Colorado State and UNLV, so they lost both their games to Mountain West teams. This one, not a great loss. UNLV hasn't been good this year. And I dropped Creighton down 10 spots to number 19. They were 8 in the AP poll, so super high, but now they're number 19 below Duke. So the teams that moved up 2 spots were Oklahoma. Duke up 2 spots to 18, Oklahoma 2 spots up to 17, JMU 2 spots up to 16, and then FAU, Colorado State, Illinois, Gonzaga, Clemson, Tennessee, and UNC all up 1 spot. Tennessee's now in the top 10, and really no other movement there. Virginia also up 1 spot to 20. Good for the Who's. They've been playing really good basketball this year, but we got to talk about this stacked weekend. That's really the main focus of this. I mean, Louisville lost another game. They've been shit. But really nothing else going on. There's still 7 unbeaten. Nothing's changed there. But we got a lot of good games. And one good game tonight. This is at 10 p.m. on ESPN2, I believe. UConn is... Are they playing at... No, they're not playing at Gonzaga. This is a neutral in Seattle. So, sorry, my back is so itchy. This is practically an away game for the Huskies. They go in at Gonzaga. This is a really, really tough matchup here for both teams. We got UConn -4 in this one, which is surprising because obviously Gonzaga is going to have, more fans there, have that home court advantage, even though they're not on their home court. But Spokane's not too far away from Washington compared to where UConn is. I have Gonzaga ranked 12th. I have UConn ranked 4. So, I'm a little lower on Gonzaga than the AP poll. I'm a little higher on UConn, but relatively the same for both. This is a really good matchup here. Again, the star for UConn this year has not been Donovan Clingan. It's been more of a team, a by committee team, but when they are at their best, they look as good as last year. Their Tristan Newton's been a breakout star for them this year, which has been huge. Caravan's ultimately just like super consistent guy. Stephon Castle being back in the lineup is huge for them. Klingen's been very, very solid. Cam Spencer's had amazing moments. So UConn's looked really, really good there. Gonzaga, has had some moments where they haven't looked great this year. Their losses came to Purdue. And who was their second loss again? Washington. They lost to Washington last Saturday. So they're trying to avoid back-to-back losses here, are the Zags. This is going to be a tough one. I just think UConn, non-conference, they've lost 1 game in the last 2 years, and that was on the road against Kansas. This is not a true road game. I think Gonzaga is going to be able to keep this super close, come down to the end, but give me UConn in this one. But I'll take Gonzaga plus the 4. This is practically a home game for them. They need a signature win. They haven't got one this year. And UConn, if they can win this game, they're going to be in my top 3 in my rankings because look, one of my top 2 teams will be losing. If UConn wins this game, they'll jump ahead of them. But that is again a really, really good matchup there on a Friday night. But I hate it it's that late. But look, man, I'm not gonna be that picky of a guy. But Saturday, man, let's get to Saturday because there's some amazing games. So I'm just gonna go in chronological order. I think it's all right. So we got LSU, Texas, not a great one. LSU's kind of ass. But Texas, Texas needing a win. They're on my rankings. They're still in the AP poll at 19. Kansas 12:30. Kansas. This is on CBS. Kansas goes at Indiana here. Indiana has not looked too good this year. Wow, Kansas has. Kansas is ranked 2 in the AP poll. I think I got them 3 in mine. Indiana, if they can get this win, good for them. They could get into the rankings. I doubt that they will. The line's not on this game, but I think Kansas is going to win. They've looked like the better team. Indiana just got blown out. And who did Indiana play to get blown out by? Who did Indiana get blown out by last week? They got destroyed last week. Who was that against? Now I literally have to go look. They're 7-2 and they're 2-0 in Big Ten play. They beat Maryland. Maryland's not too good. And they beat Michigan, not too good. They got destroyed by Auburn last week. So they're trying to avoid back-to-back losses. But look, it's all going to come down to Big Ten play if they want to make the tournament this year. This will be a huge win. At 2, we have Baylor going at. No, this is not at Michigan State. This is a neutral in Detroit. So again, kind of like a home game for Michigan State here. Michigan State needs a win. I believe they're under 5. I believe they're 4-5 this year. A team that I had preseason top 4 in the nation. I'll keep saying it. They're 0-2 a Big Ten play. They need a signature win. Baylor, this is Baylor's first tough game since they first played Auburn in the beginning of the year. They're undefeated, got them to 6. This is a big test for Baylor. If you can go in to Big 12 play undefeated, you're going to be making the tournament, and this is a really, really good game. Michigan State, if you lose this game, you have no chance of making the tournament without finishing top 2 in the Big Ten. Must-win game, and can Tom Izzo figure out this offense? It's just been a weird year for Michigan State, not playing freshmen, just not being able to score the ball, shoot the ball. It all started with that JMU game, and since then it's been downhill. JMU does play at Hampton. That should be a win for JMU. But again, it's a road game, but they're going to be big favorites in that one. Going down. Texas A&M going at is this at Houston? No, it's not. I hate these games where it's because this one is in the Toyota Center, which is where the Rockets play. The games that this is a third one now that it's close to where the team plays, but it's not exactly in their on-campus stadium. It's just why not play there? You're that scared. Texas A&M goes at Texas A&M plays Houston in Houston. First big test for Houston this year. Houston's played a cupcake schedule so far, and they're undefeated, so they've won games. That's why I have them 5th. They're undefeated, and Baylor's played a tougher schedule, but look, it's Houston. Texas A&M, I was high on them coming into the year. I think I had 2nd in the SEC preseason. And this is they've got off to a slower start to start this year, but this is a chance to get a signature win and get back into my rankings there. I think they have losses. They have 3 losses this year. They lost to Virginia, FAU, and who else did they lose to? And then they lost to Memphis, on Saturday. So they lost to Memphis on Saturday. That pushed them out there. This is going to be a good game. First real test for Houston. I've liked what Houston has. LJ Cryer, Terrence Arsenault. They have a lot of guys from last year's team coming back. Their point guard. Oh, my gosh. I can't remember his name, but their point guard. Oh, my God. I can't remember his name. Anyways, Houston, I really do like Houston's team so far. Texas A&M, they've struggled to score the ball. Wade Taylor so far hasn't lived up to expectations, but this could be a really, really good win for them. But I like Houston in this one. This is another great game at 3. This one's on ESPN Plus. Clemson at Memphis. It's a Tiger matchup. I got Clemson right now, number 11th. And I got Memphis, I think, ranked 24. Memphis, great win last week against Texas A&M, where they went in, won the road and won. And now they're playing at home here against Clemson. If Clemson wins this game, I think Clemson's legit already. I love PJ Hall, Joe Girard, Chase Hunter. This team is deep. This team is really good. But I think Memphis is super good too. I think they can win the American. I think they're on the same level as an FAU. And this would be an amazing, amazing win for them at home. Clemson undefeated. They've already gone through some really tough games. They beat multiple undefeateds this year. Give me Memphis at home. But damn, I'm rooting for Clemson. I do think Clemson's really, really good. And I'm winning. If they pull off this upset, they're probably gonna be in my top 10. They're that good. But give me Memphis at home. They're playing really good basketball. They're experienced. They're old. David Jones has been amazing. Javon Quinley's been good. But Clemson's old too, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. The CBS Sports Classics, UCLA, Ohio State. This is definitely the undercard matchup. Both teams looking for wins. They both got off to starts where I was considering them ranked. I don't know if either of them have ever been ranked this year in my poll. Both these teams are pretty even. UCLA just hasn't been the UCLA of the past years, and Ohio State's better from last year. So give me Ohio State to win this one. Winner this, I do think could get my rankings. Loser, they're going to have to do some work in their conference play, and UCLA especially, weaker Pac-12. They can get inside that top 3 of the Pac-12. They should be good for the tournament, but not elite UCLA team. Let's see, FAU, St. Bonaventure, that's really nothing. Keep going through games. All right. It's the main event at 4:30, but why? But why is this game on Peacock? Why is this game on Peacock? I'm pissed. I am pissed. Why is this game on Peacock? That just ruins it. That ruins the whole thing, this game being on Peacock. Like, Arizona, Purdue, 2 big brands, 2 of the best teams, my 2 best teams in the country playing against each other. You don't not get to see a 1 versus 2 matchup. This is a 1v3 in the AP poll because Kansas is 2, but my 1 versus 2, in a neutral. This is in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis. Yeah, I do not know that's probably the Pacers Stadium. That's probably the Pacers Stadium. 1 versus 2. Purdue's going to obviously have more fans there because it's in Indiana. This is going to be a really good one. Zach Edey has looked like the best player in college basketball. It's obvious he is. Like, he's been dominant. He's averaging over 24 points. I'm pretty sure he's averaging double rebounds. Career high now, all of this. He's working his way to another Wooden Award for Player of the Year. Hasn't been done since Ralph Sampson won it back-to-back times for Virginia back, I think that was the 80s. But Arizona's proven to be the best team in the country so far. They're undefeated. They've dominated everyone they've played, destroyed Wisconsin last week at home. They have good wins against Michigan State and Duke. But this is a different test here. I think they have the size to compete with a Zaki. Omar Ballo is going to be a huge one this one. And then the other players, we've seen Caleb Love, have some efficient games, and he's been so much better this year than last year. Pele Larson had a career game last week. Kylan Boswell, I think he's going to be the X factor in this one. We haven't seen Purdue have a game where they've played a great team game, meaning like they're not too reliant on Zach Edey. And that could be, damaging to them in this one because Arizona's looked so good, and they really do play great team basketball. I want Arizona to win this game. If Arizona wins this game, they're on pace, and Arizona has a really, really tough schedule. I believe they have Alabama, and then they have who else do they have? They have Alabama their next game, and then the next game they play, is it Houston or Kansas? I don't know. They play another top 10 team, I believe, next week. So they are going through a gauntlet of a schedule. If they can somehow make it 3-0, they're going to be a 1 seed. They're going to be a 1 seed unless they have the worst Pac-12 schedule. But give me Purdue in this one. I hate it. No, I'm not picking Purdue. I'm a Purdue hater. Give me Arizona to win this game. I can't go with Purdue. My gut's telling me Purdue, but my heart is telling me Arizona. Guys, listen to your heart. I'm going with the Wildcats in this one, but this should be a good one. I don't want Peacock. So I'm gonna have to find a way to watch this game, but that's the one streaming service I don't have. I think my family doesn't have his Peacock. That's a problem. And not the right time to have that when you have maybe the best matchup in college basketball all season going on. Kentucky also, and this is another amazing one. Kentucky UNC. I believe this is my 8 versus 9. 8 versus 9. This is Kentucky's 14th in the bowl. I have them 8th. Maybe I'm high on Kentucky still, but they've had some weird losses, but at their best, they've looked elite. This one's in the CBS Sports Classic in Atlanta. This is the second best game of the day. Really, really good one here. we've seen the freshman Kentucky at times look elite. Reed Shepherd's look elite all year. Rob Dillingham's had some really good moments. DJ Wagner hasn't been as good as expected. Aaron Bradshaw's just back. Justin Edwards has been solid. And then you've had good games from Antonio Reeves, Trey Mitchell. So this team's deep. They have some experience, but they rely a lot on freshmen. UNC's kind of different. They rely on one freshman. That's Elliot Cadeau, but they're experienced team. RJ Davis has been just amazing. Armando Baycott doing Armando Baycott things this year. Cormac Ryan's been good. Harrison Ingram's been a great pickup in the portal as well. UNC's looked very, very good to start off this year. And this is a huge game. I think Kentucky's a better team. I do. I think Kentucky's going to win this game. But again, it's tough to pick a team that relies on freshmen. But now they've played 10 games together. They should be starting to hit their max potential. I think Kentucky's just a better team. I have them win this game. Neutral game, Atlanta, two big brands. This will be a must-watch game. If you can't watch that Arizona Purdue game on Peacock like me, I gotta find a way to watch that game. But this game will also be watched. Kentucky, UNC, must-watch game there in State Farm Arena in Atlanta. CBS Sports Classic. Give me Kentucky in a close one, though. I just think they're better. I just think they're better. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I'm a fool. I don't think I am. Alabama plays Creighton. I think many people think Alabama's better than Creighton. I just don't. This is a actual home game for Creighton, so I think Creighton's going to win this one. Bama is a good team, but they just haven't beat anyone good. They lost to Clemson. They've lost. Who else they lose? They lose to Houston. Who did Alabama lose to? They have 2 losses this year. Oh, they have 3. They have 3. See, they're a good team, but they haven't beat anyone. They beat Oregon, and they've lost to Purdue, Clemson, and Ohio State. So they just don't have any wins. So I think they're a good team, but when you don't beat anyone, it's hard for me to rank you. So give me Creighton to win this one and get a bounce back win after losing to UNLV. NC State, Tennessee. Tennessee should beat NC State pretty easily. That's it. That's all for Saturday. I'm sure there's some Big Ten game or something's gonna be good on Sunday. Like there's always some good Sunday games. I think there's NFL on Saturday too this week. What the Raiders did to the Chargers was that was bad. USC Auburn's interesting. Bronny James' second game. Auburn has looked very good this year. They have been playing high-level basketball, and look, they're close to my rankings. They've taken a couple losses. App State was a weird loss. They've lost to Baylor, but then they destroyed Indiana last week. I think they're going to be good. And, of course, Bronny James is on 1 p.m. ESPN, so a big game there. Isaiah Collier could be the number 1 pick. USC needs a win. They've been bad this year. They're 5-4, I believe. Must win there for USC. This is in Auburn, so you don't walk into Auburn and win this game. They're only 4-point favorites, surprising me. How is that line out? I don't understand. Maybe ESPN bet. I don't know how that lines out, and the ones on Saturday are, but I like Auburn in that one. And then, yeah, there's really nothing. I thought there'd be a better Sunday, but we got a really good Saturday, a lot of good games. My 1 versus 2 going on. So it's going to be some must-watch college basketball. Why is that game on Peacock? That's my one complaint is college basketball. If you want your best games, people to be talking about on a Saturday where there's some NFL, but no college football, and you have your best game on Peacock. Don't really understand it. But, yeah. That's it for this podcast. CBB Talk, another great episode. I'm going to go put this together Friday morning. I think it's Friday. Not Friday morning. It's 10:30. Friday morning. It is. Playing golf later. No school. I love life, man. Life is going to be good these next couple weeks. Christmas coming soon. I don't know how next week's going to look with Christmas week, but maybe that's next week. It's going to be bad. Who knows? But, yeah. See ya. Peace out.